and I'm coming to you
This
from
meeting is being
Victor, New
recorded.
York. And sorry, I've got bells and whistles going off here. Um, Kathy White and I are going to be leading this meeting tonight, and then Sherry and Angie will be taking on next week. And Adrian is going to be wrapping things up for us on October 2nd. So we are thrilled to have such a large group here. And because it is a large group, I do apologize. This really is going to be kind of a lecture format, just because we have information that we want to get to you. And if you do have questions or thoughts or ideas, please feel free to put in the chat, or better yet, put it in the group, our Facebook group, because that will be an interactive site throughout the week as well. Okay, so harvest your habits. Habits. It can kind of be a dirty word sometimes, because my guess is that we are all here because we know the importance of habits. And I'm going to just be brutally honest and say our business is not rocket science. We do the same things over and over and over. We book, we sell, we sponsor. There's a lot of pieces that go into that in between, but what it really comes down to, when it really comes down to our success, it has to do with our habits and how we consistently do things. So when we got our group together to plan this out, we wanted to start right up at the top. And we wanted to start with habits around sponsoring. Okay, we know that there's other parts of our business besides sponsoring. And all that I share, or we share over the next 3 weeks, can be applied to any part of your business. But we are really going to focus on sponsoring, because let's just be honest, right now, it is a great opportunity to make the most of sponsoring. And one of the best ways to do that is by having great sponsoring habits. So, what does that mean? What does that mean? We're going to start with working with a sponsoring mindset. Okay. Thinking of a sponsoring mindset and what that means, we have to back up and really dive in to why anyone would want to sponsor and what the benefits and nuts and bolts of sponsoring are. So, to think about having a sponsoring mindset and working from that, I'd like everyone to take 2 minutes and jot down, what are the benefits of sponsoring? Why would you want to sponsor? Why would you want to sponsor? Go ahead, take a couple minutes, jot down, why would you want to sponsor? I'm going to add this slide to our Facebook page so that we can all share our responses there as well. Okay, now I want to ask, what has being a consultant done for you? What have you gained from being a consultant with Tastefully Simple? Make another list. Okay. Now I would like you to star your top 3 things that you wrote in either of those sections. Star them. What's the biggest impact of why someone would want to sponsor, or what being in this business has done for you? And right now, after you start your top 3, put them in the put 1 in the chat. I want to blow up that chat with all these things. I love it, Sherry. Yes. Love seeing these. Keep them coming. New friendship, new friends, more cash, help TS grow. Confidence, helping others, money. Love it, love it. Skills, the community, fun, helping others grow. Yes. All fantastic. Great. Kathy, would you forward to the next slide? So some of you might have seen this. I know I shared it on a couple different sites, but I love how you touched on both the heart and the head for the non-tangible items of, helping others, growing in confidence, feeling pride when your team has success. So all things that a couple of my leaders shared, Kathy and Gina, about the rewards of helping others. Then, just as a reminder, all of the different ways that you can earn cash. Okay, from the Bravo box to promotion bonuses when you promote or when someone promotes. And then once you get to copper, that consistent commission check of 3 to 7%, depending on your leader level. So all of the benefits for you and for them. All right, Kathy, next slide. Okay, how do you create a sponsoring mindset? Okay, what can you do to help yourself come from a sponsoring mindset? And I found this quote and I just absolutely loved it. Success is not hocus pocus. Success is focus, focus. And really that's what it is all about in all aspects of our business, but especially in sponsoring. So some things to think about with getting a sponsoring mindset. Make it about them. Sponsoring is not something you do to someone. It's something you do for someone. And a lot of you pointed this out with helping others and how you can serve others. Okay, so M, make it about them. I, intentional consistency. Intentional consistency in all that you do. Being in front of people, consistently being in front of people, consistently sprinkling about the opportunity, consistently sharing that you help other people get started and earn from this business. When you share your story, you don't just sell beer bread, but that you help others start their own business. And consistency in asking others to learn more. And notebook of potential. Okay, always having a running list of people that you think of that you'd love to work with or who could benefit or who have expressed interest. Okay, always having a running updated list of who your potentials are. D, don't prejudge. Ask anyone and everyone if they'd like to learn more. You never know what someone else might be dealing with. Okay? You never know. Don't prejudge. My team knows this, but about 3 months before I became a Tastefully Simple consultant 22 years ago, I hosted a Pampered Chef party, and I had a $1,200 party, and I was looking for something. I was looking for something in my life, and I love to cook. I didn't know anything about Tastefully Simple at the time. I had never heard of Tastefully Simple. So I had this Pampered Chef party to check it out and to see if maybe it was something that I would like to do. My hostess never asked me. She never asked me, and I just was too on the fence to bring it up. Okay, I know if she had asked, I would have signed with her. So don't prejudge, ask anyone and everyone. Okay, the S, sell the opportunity like it's Bountiful Beer Bread. Sell the business like it's a product. My guess is you would not do a tasting party and not mention the beer bread. Think of the opportunity in the same way. Okay, it is another product that we offer. E, educate, excite, and inspire. Keep filling yourself with positive things, positive tips. Okay. We all have our favorite podcasts that we like to listen to or trainings, but focus on finding things about growing a business, about sponsoring. Get that in front of you all the time. And then the T, take time to practice. Take time to practice. Practice your elevator speech. Okay, when someone asks you what you do, practice that. Be prepared, and remember, make sure to tell them or to include about how you help other people get started in the business. Practice your sprinkles. Practice the sprinkling that you're going to do at parties. Practice a conversation. Ask some friends to let you practice on them. And practice asking them to learn more. Practice asking others to learn more. So it's just like anything else that you're learning to do or to expand or grow in an area. You've got to practice, you've got to keep it in front of you, and you have to really work to have that consistent sponsoring mindset. And over the next half of this call and next, we're going to dive deeper in that. So, Kathy, I'm going to turn it over to you.
I think we're having an echo problem, so I'm just gonna hop in really quick. I put a fix in the chat. Otherwise, Kathy, if you can mute your computer or just reduce your volume, that's what's coming through as you're sharing it. It's coming in that way too. So otherwise, if you guys want to fix it on your own, where it says you're viewing Kathy White's screen in the middle, if you're on a desktop, you can click view options and it says mute Kathy White's computer sound. Kathy, you might have that option too, but that will then fix it. Sorry to interrupt.
Stop sharing my sound, but I'm going to share my sound though for my
well,
next
it's
thing.
your computer sound. It's not you. It's the computer sound that's coming through. So that's why we were hearing it twice.
But I have a video coming up.
Okay. It should work then, since it'll just be you talking. If anything, just turn your volume down. So, okay. Let's try it again.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't know. I don't have the echo. It's fine on my end. So,
right?
Sorry.
Yeah, let's see. So now you might have to unmute Kathy. Kathy, you're on mute.
Well, it's like I never have done Zoom or something before. Jeepers creepers. Oh my lordy. Here we go. Hi, I'm Kathy White, silver leader from Ontario. You know what? We're going to start where I am and just jump right on in. Okay, so I'm going to present my part right here. Jen did an amazing job sharing all about the foundation and getting that mindset. And I think that is such an important piece to start with, because until you have that mindset, you can't create the harvest your habits, right? You can't move forward. So we need to make sure, like, if we don't believe in sponsoring, then we can't move forward. So thank you, Jen, again, for creating the mindset flow. I wanted to start with a quick little video, which I hope you can hear. And if you don't know Friends, I'm a huge Friends fan. Like, that is my thing. But we're going to talk about James Clear's 2-minute rule. And I noticed this the other day when I was watching Friends that well, you'll see the 2-minute rule is done here. So hopefully you can hear it. If you can't hear it, someone shout to me if you can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear. You can't?
I can't hear it. Can anybody else? Okay. So this is probably, Kathy, you just have to click that. When you click share your screen, there's that little button on the bottom left that says share
Yep.
video. Okay.
Hold on. Well, that's frustrating. Sorry, guys.
No, you got this.
We're going to try this one more time.
Okay, wish me luck.
Okay, I'm going with you.
Why?
Ross, you're tired. You've been looking all night, and clearly you suck at this. All right, I'll see you guys later. Okay, wait, do you...
This is your office.
How did you guys find me? I knew I should have hit at the gym.
What the hell are you doing?
Panicking. And using the internet to try to prove that I'm related to Monica. How is she?
She's fine. She doesn't know you're gone. And she doesn't have to know, okay? Now, come on. We're going home.
No, I can't do that.
Why not?
Because if I go home, we're going to become the Bings. I can't be the Bings.
What's wrong with being the Bings?
The Bings have horrible marriages. They yell, they fight, and they use the pool boy as a pawn in their sexual games.
Chandler, have you ever put on a black cocktail dress and asked me up to your hotel room?
No.
Then you are neither of your parents.
You're on mute, Kathy.
You're muted.
It's not just their marriage. I mean, look at yours. Look at everybody's. The only person that can make marriage work is Paul Newman. And I've met me. I am no Paul Newman. I don't race cars. I don't make popcorn. None of my proceeds go to charity.
But look, Chandler, right now, no one has a lower opinion of you than I do.
Right?
But I totally believe you can do this.
I want to. I love her so much, but I'm afraid. This is too huge.
You know, okay, you're right. It is huge. So why don't we take it just a little bit at a time? Okay, forget getting married for a sec. Just forget about it. Can you just come home and take a shower? Well, that's not scary, right?
Depends on what you mean by we.
So apparently my computer will not let me share my screen and talk at the same time. So we're this is, you know, we're just gonna deal with life right now. So I want you to think of that video, and Chandler was you and your attitude towards sponsoring. You're just you want to, you have this desire, you really want to do these things, but like the fear is really holding you back. Phoebe is kind of like your team, your coach. Like, they believe in you, they love you, but they want you to be able to do this. And then what Ross all of a sudden does is he invokes the 2-minute rule. James Clear has this 2-minute rule in Atomic Habits that is basically taking one ginormous bite and breaking it into these 2-minute habits that you can do. So he said to Chandler, like, we're just going to go home and take a shower. And so I want you to think about that. Thank you again for your patience. But that piece of it, when you're kind of going through some of those pieces as we talk about this, who are you in this moment? Are you Chandler? Are you really struggling? Do you need to listen to Ross and get those 2-minute little bites there? So you can't see my screen, but I can tell you what my screen says. And I will post all of this. So the 2-minute rule, like I said, from James Clear is from Atomic Habits. And his quote is really awesome. It says, even when you know you should start small, it's easy to start too big. And so I think a lot of times they're like, oh my God, there's this sponsoring special. I have to sponsor 6 people within the first day. I know I feel that way sometimes. Jen Briggs once said to me, Kathy, stop, relax. It's not a sprint. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Relax. We're going to take little bites, just like Jill says, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. So let's kind of move away from sponsoring and bring it to something else that maybe you might know. Let's say you want to start reading before you go to bed every single night. Instead of telling yourself, I need to go read, I'm going to be reading a book every single night. Instead of telling yourself you have to read for so many minutes, just read 1 page. 1 page at night. What if you really wanted to do a 5K? And you're like really thinking, gosh, I would love to be able to run a 5K, but that big concept of running a 5K is too much. Well, you know what you can do? Thank you so much, Jen. You can tie your running shoes. That's it. That's the smallest itty bitty step that you can do right there. And sometimes that's all you can do in the moment, and that's great. And let's go to, I want to sponsor 3 new consultants. Well, when you want to feel that way, then maybe you are just going to write a list of 5 people for your first 2 minutes. It's taking 2 minutes or whatever that 2-minute looks like for you and really breaking it down into that small piece. Jen, you can go to the next slide. Leave it like that. That's fine. We can deal with it. And so James talks about finding a gateway habit. I always like to think of almond pound cake as my gateway product. I never thought of a gateway habit. So here is a gateway habit. It says a new habit should not feel like a challenge. The actions that follow might be challenging, but the first 2 minutes should be easy. Whatever you're doing for those first 2 minutes should be easy. And he really breaks it down into 5 phases. And so you can, if you do want to check out this book, I will highly, highly suggest reading it. It is in chapter 13, I believe, where he really breaks all of this down. Atomic Habits, by James Clear. Such a great book, but he kind of breaks it down into these phases. And so what we're going to kind of talk about is how we can start to create these 2-minute habits and kind of go through all 5 phases, even in 1 week. And I'm going to show you what that's going to look like here. So phase 1 is going to be tonight, FYI. You didn't even know it. You're jumping into phase 1 tonight, FYI. You're going to take out a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen and leave it on your desk tonight. 2 minutes. That's your 2-minute habit. That's starting small, right? Can you do that? I bet you can, right? So tomorrow's, you're going to start phase 2. You're going to make a list of 5 people or set a timer for 2 minutes and make a list, whichever one feels better for you. So again, and that's it. And then you walk away. right? You say, I did my 2-minute habit. Yep, I'm good. Then the next day, what was that? I don't even know what today. That would be Wednesday. You're going to text those people for 2 minutes. That's it. You're going to set the timer and you're only going to text those 5 people. Now, I want you to know you may not be done texting in those 2 minutes or calling or whatever your form of communication is. You get to make a choice. It's okay, whatever choice you make. That's the really cool thing about this choice. Whatever choice you make, it's correct. You can stop because your 2 minutes is done and you're honoring those 2 minutes and that's where you're at. Or you can set the clock for another 2 minutes and finish up your job of those 5 people. So see how we're just building on each little habit and helping ourselves get where we need to go. Phase 4 would basically be repeating these steps and increasing your list or your texting amount to 5 minutes. So I'm going to make a list of maybe 10 people, and then I'm going to increase my timing that I'm going to be texting. And phase 5 is where you're constantly and continuing to repeat these steps, increasing your list. Maybe your goal is to, work on your sponsoring for 15 minutes a day, right? Dream for 15, or what we used to say, focus 15. So that might be your goal, but thinking about sponsoring for a whole 15 minutes in one day might be too much. This is how we can do itty bitty chunks in each little phase to help ourselves go right along. You can go to the next slide. And then this, I think, is probably one of the greatest quotes ever. And I have read this book already, and then I was rereading it and I saw this and I was like, oh, now I get it. Standardize before you optimize. You can't improve a habit that doesn't exist. And I think that's what I have been doing for the past, I don't know, since COVID, trying to figure out what my habits are and never really being consistent and creating the habit, where I've just kind of been throwing things at the wall and whatever sticks is good because that worked for this moment. Well, I got out of creating habits. And so I need to go back to thinking about how I standardize, not optimize, but I standardize. And when I standardize, then the optimization, is that a word, will happen. I believe Angie was on the back end buddying people up. And what that means is she kind of was randomizing everyone to kind of have a buddy. And I think another piece that James Clear talks about is accountability. We absolutely have this amazing group, Harvest Your Habits group on Facebook, but that's a large group. You need to have a smaller accountability person. And so Angie's going to be pairing you with someone, whether or not you connect on Facebook Messenger or whatever. It's just a way for you to check in and say, hey, did you hit phase 1? Did you hit phase 2? Where are you at with your phases and things like that? So I'm going to kind of let that go there.
And I'll post the buddy up on Facebook is what I'll do.
Okay.
That
Perfect.
way everybody's kind of tagged in the group. So watch for that right after our meeting.
Awesome. I guess we can open it up for questions. It is 9 o'clock, so I want to make, or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending on where you are. So we want to make sure that we're honoring your time, and we promised it to be 30 minutes. But any questions, thoughts, comments? I apologize one more time.
I will say too, we're going to have every day on the group, we'll have a little accountability post. And once you do tonight, you get your paper out, go to that link or that post and say, I did it, add a picture, and we'll do that every day.
All right.
Are there any questions? So I would just wrap up by saying, really think about all that you love about what Tastefully Simple has done for you. Fill that mindset about sponsoring. And then Kathy, great job on the 2-minute chunks. And, watch our group through this week as we add on each of the different phases. So, all right, you guys. Thanks so much for being here. We look forward to chatting in the group this week, and we will see you right back here next Monday night.
Thanks, everyone.
Great job, Kathy and Jen.
Yeah, great job. Have a fabulous week.
You
If you have any questions, we'll hang on. Feel free to ask.
Go get your paper out.
That's right. Let's do this. I like your sweatshirt, Jen. I have the same one.
I know you do.
I love it. Good job, Kathy and Jen. Sorry about the technology issues. There was an echo when you were talking, Jen. You couldn't.
I know. I could hear it, and it was distracting me from time to time. I was trying to just
focus. Well,
You to
Angie
interrupt, and
Angie saved it because I was able to go up by
so I don't know.
you could still make it out and everything.
Yeah. It was very, very good.
Yeah.
I am very sorry. I'm so embarrassed.
Oh, Kathy, not
Oh
at all.
no. That's something
No.
new, Kathy. That's never done that before with the sharing and that. That was a new button that said like mute your computer. So that's
Yeah.
something Zoom
Yeah.
added.
Yeah.
Don't blame yourself. My goodness, no.
No. It was very, very good, you guys. And don't even worry about it. It just
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, totally.
Kath, you're good.
I know.
It was great. I loved you guys. And that clip was fantastic.
Yeah, the clip was awesome. What a way to make it relatable.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it the other night and I was like, oh my God, that's the 2-minute habit or 2-minute rule.
That's awesome.
It's
That's
perfect.
awesome.
It's perfect. That's what they need to hear. You know what I mean? That's relatable storytelling. So great.
Oh, good.
I had to laugh at whoever said thank you for the lecture. Who was
I
that?
know.
Did you see that on the bottom?
Oh,
Yeah,
Amy
Ward.
Ward. Thanks for the lecture.
you're welcome.
Who's that? Is that on one of your teams?
I don't know that name.
I don't know that name either.
I don't know. I'm hoping it's just because I said.
I think it was because you said it, Jen, at the beginning. It's gonna be kind of a lecture. Yeah.
But you don't know who Amy Ward is?
Isn't she on our team, Sherry?
Is she?
Sounds kind of familiar, but
I didn't recognize.
does
that
anybody
name.
know who Someplace Safe cell phone
Yeah,
is?
that's Anna McCardle. She was
Oh,
coming home from work and she must have used something.
Okay. That was the
Um,
only one there were a couple Amy's that were okay. That's Anna. Okay.
Is Amy Elam on your team, one of your teams? ELAM?
Mm-mm.
Well, how would she? There was a gal at the very bottom. Yeah, Jen?
I know that like Kelly asked me if she could invite some team members.
Okay, so it says
You know what I
for
mean?
mutual. Jill Blythe, Jess, must be Adrian's. Okay, I'll let her in then. Okay. All right. Well, Angie and I have our work cut out for us.
Yeah, you didn't have to do such a great job, you guys.
No kidding.
You knocked it out of the park.
You did.
Thank
Do you
you.
need?
Hope
you
it
need
was
help?
okay.
It was
It
fantastic.
was fantastic. Angie, do you need help with butting people up, or how are you going to do
No,
that?
I'm just gonna post it as soon as we get done. Maybe I should do that first, but no, we can meet real quick too.
Yeah. You want to do that first, then we can talk after, Angie, just in case. they're waiting.
It's up to you. I did post the accountability. Yeah. Do you want to
And-
just meet tomorrow night?
We
You have a meeting.
what am I doing tomorrow?
Because it'll take us a little while to do stuff.
Do we each want to take a day to kind of like be responsible for the Facebook group and commenting or?
Yeah, good
I-
idea.
I don't know how we want to do that.
I'll schedule a post right now for each phase.
Oh, I have that already ready to
Awesome.
go.
Oh, each phase you do?
Yeah,
Oh,
I thought that
and-
was me. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
amazing.
so
No.
the first one I just did a real quick one because I didn't know it was going to be tonight. So I just wanted to get it
No,
up since I knew
that's
Sherry and I.
amazing.
But yeah,
Thank
I
you.
just took our little tree and okay, just did a quick post. for each
Angie's
step.
really good at this stuff.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
Okay.
I thought that was
so-
on my job. So I'm like, oh God, I gotta do that.
But with that
No,
being
thank you.
said, maybe one of us could just say, okay, who wants to do Tuesday? You know what I mean? Just to
Yeah.
make sure.
Just to make sure
Um,
we're in that day. Yeah. We can all
Tuesday
try.
or
but-
Thursday would be better for me. Wednesday, I work until late, so
And
I'll take Wednesday.
I'll take Tuesday.
Who said that, Kathy?
Yep.
Okay.
I can do Thursdays probably better. But Jen, I'm flexible if you
yeah,
need a different
I
day.
am too.
Okay.
I'll take Friday.
Okay.
Okay. And then we'll just kind of, I mean, I have an event on Saturday. I think we can just all kind of look on the weekend.
Yeah.
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 The big thing is getting them going right away.
Right,
Right.
right.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I was very, very impressed. Angie,
Yes.
why don't you do that? I do have a thing from 6 to 8, but I could
Okay.
talk after 8 p.m. Central.
Okay. Otherwise, yeah, that works. If
Yeah.
that's too late for you, though, do you want to do it before your?
Well, yeah, but I could do it at like 5, but are you home by then?
Yeah, I can get home by 5.
Okay. Let's zoom tomorrow at 5.
Okay.
Okay, you guys,
All right.
fabulous job. I know it's late for you
Yeah.
guys, so
Yes.
have a fabulous week. Talk to your
Good night.
people.
Yes.
All right.
Let's
night,
grow this
guys.
company. Let's grow this
Woohoo.
company.
Okay.
All right. So Angie, tomorrow at 5.
That works for me if that's okay. And then I'll do the buddy, unless you'd rather do it tonight, but I know.
No, let's do tomorrow at
Yeah,
5 because I kind of
okay.
want to process what they said and I want to look
Yeah.
at what we want to do. I want to, because like right now I'm kind of a blank slate.
Yes. Sounds good. Hi,
There's
Pete.
Pete.
Hi, Pete.
Okay,
He's
let's zoom
"I'm
tomorrow at
closing
5."
the door." Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
If it doesn't
bye-bye.
work, let me know and we can do it after my 8 o'clock. I
Sounds
just
good.
have
I can
2
do
Zooms.
either. I was just trying to help you. I know. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I know.
okay.
I get a little, let's do 5.
Well, we all do.
But if it comes up, then we can do it after.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds
Okay,
good.
Thanks,
See you
Ange.
then. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
yeah, bye.